What's up, guys? Amster Knows Hoops today. Back with another video. Sorry about the little break I took, but I just needed a little bit of time. I was just with my family at home. But guys, Mikal Bridges is a possible breakout star before our very eyes. In the 13 games he's played with the Brooklyn Nets, he is averaging 26 on 51, 48, 90 splits, with 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal, with only 2 turnovers. Now, guys, do I think the splits are maintainable? Absolutely not. To average 50, 48, and 90, that's just, at that point, Mikal would just have to stop playing at this point to maintain those numbers. However, I think realistically, we're going to see Mikal Bridges possibly break out as a star in this league. But I think today we need to really analyze his game, as since he's been in Brooklyn playing as basically a number one option. We're seeing things we will never see from Mikal again. And I think in part that's just because where else will he really have an opportunity like this? Or will he be able to even maintain this level of play? Now, before we dive into Mikal Bridges, guys, as always, I just really ask you guys to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Shameless plug. The Discord is in the description with me and my buddy Dreams Hoops. We're in there all the time talking, watching games, enjoying the time. So go ahead and join you guys. But now we need to talk about why Mikal Bridges has just burst onto the scene as a star almost since he's become the number one option. And how maintainable is this really? And how high is his ceiling going to be? So now let's get into the weeds of looking at why Mikal Bridges has really broken out. And first, we're going to do that by looking at his scoring. So what we're going to see here is off the pick and roll attempt from Curry. What Mikal does here so beautifully is the off-ball movement. He stops. He immediately gets KCP to think that he's committing to the backdoor cut, and he gets the beautiful three-point attempt up. And again, here, what he does so well is just stop and get that separation between him and Gobert with that first step, and he's never really needing to look back. And what we're going to see here off this dribble handoff is, again, his ability to just get between him and his defender at the mid-range, and there's nothing that anyone can do about it. And I think it's just what Mikal does so well, you guys, is maintaining a tempo. And I think that's helped in being a number one option for him in Brooklyn because he doesn't have to worry about playing to the tempo of Booker or CP or even Ayton at times of what kind of tempo is being established. They play at his tempo, or even once in a while to the tempo of someone like a Dinwiddie. But you get my point. Is that with him behind the wheel as your guy, he is going to dictate your tempo. And I think that's really helped his scoring burst. Because at that point, he's not having to just kind of stand around and take his corner three once in a while. Which he still does every now and again. Because again, you're not going to stop something if it isn't broken. But at the same time, you're also going to let him create for himself more in the mid-range, create for himself driving, which I really think is just important for his confidence as well as his scoring outbursts to become more maintainable. Now, do I think he'll average 26? Probably not. I think realistically, the closest thing he'll get is 21 to 22. Maybe 20 at the lowest. But I do think we are going to see an increase. I think the days of him being a sub 20-point scorer, barring him getting with some crazy number one like a Jokic or Giannis or Embiid somehow, I think realistically 20 plus might be his new ceiling. And his playmaking's actually been really good in Brooklyn as well. As we see off this dribble handoff and getting the double commit, he immediately gets the ball into Ben Simmons. And it's just what he seems to do really well. It's taking care of matchups, mismatches. Once he gets banned to commit, he throws up the beautiful lob to Claxton. And again, I just think it's what Bridges has been doing so well. It's once he gets that scoring burst, he is immediately then able to recognize that he is getting the best players on the other team defensively to come commit to him. And when he does that, especially with how pick and roll and run heavy that the Nets are, it's a match made in heaven for Mikal Bridges at this point. You could tell how well he takes advantage of moments like that, as well as getting his shooters open. Considering you have guys like Yuta Watanabe, Joe Harris, Seth Curry, Cam Johnson, all who are really good three-point shooters, to stick around with you, that's just beautiful basketball. Along with some good rim runners. I don't think his playmaking is anything incredible, but I think with his time in Brooklyn, he may continue to develop it as, again, as he is the guy, he's going to receive more doubles or just hard hedges and less drop coverage because no one respects him. Now he's going to have to start looking out more. And again, I think another important factor here is I don't know how maintainable all this is, but if the playmaking does continue to step up or look improved from his time here in Brooklyn, that's huge. And there is nothing more you need. Now, of course, we need to talk about his maintained beautiful defense. As we see here, he uses Brook Lopez almost as a launching pad for himself to get the beautiful steal off of Holiday here. And again, it's just the beautiful transition defense. What Mikal does so well here is stopping his hand or his arm from going too close to the incoming roll man and getting a foul. And guys, again, what do I think Mikal Bridges really is? His defense has always been this good. So I'm not going to sit here and talk to you very often about how good his defense is. We all know that. That's the one thing we all freaking knew from Phoenix. That and he can shoot. But here's another thing. I think what Mikal Bridges at his absolute best is a souped up Chris Middleton. And you might think, but Emster, Chris Middleton's not a star. No. But Chris Middleton's a couple-time All-Star. And I think that he's just a better version. He already is much better than Middleton's ever been on defense. I don't even think that needs to be a discussion. I think offensively, the best version of Middleton, so like 2021 or 2020, even 2019 if you want to go that far, I think that so far is better. But if Mikal Bridges continues to maintain this level of offensive assertion, or even if it slightly decreases to 20 to 21, at that point, he's just a better Chris Middleton. Instead of being as mid-range dependent as Chris is, he's able to be more three-point and attack-oriented. And I think he's obviously more of a help on the other side of the ball as well, defensively. Not that Chris Middleton's a slouch, but I think that that's huge. So I think realistically, he can be a perennial all-star type of player because his level of play seems to only be going up. And I think with him getting more fouls and getting to the line more often, we're going to see the points go up naturally. So I think it's just inherent that Mikal Bridges is only showing improvement from here. But guys, next season, if his counting stats go down a little, don't sit here and say he's a fraud and last season or the end of last season was a fluke. I just think we realistically have to give him time. And I think that, again, considering what he's been up to this point, where the highest his points per game has been is 14, I think we're seeing a new Mikal Bridges, who, again, I think can be a perennial all-star type of guy, especially in the East. Considering what the forward position has been looking like here and there, I might give Mikal Bridges that powerful, powerful spot. So as always, guys, this is Emster Knows Hoops. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. What do you guys think Mikal Bridges is at his best? Do you think this is the best we'll ever see him, or do you think he could go even higher? So as always, guys, this is Emster Knows Hoops. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.